Hello. Okay. Are we here? Are we here? Are we here? Listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and just bust this right on through for y'all right quick. Because first of all, I was over at YouTube Camera's channel and we were having a great engagement. Let's start there. Hold on, let me come in from a different device. Are we live? We are live. Okay, so let's go ahead and get up into it. So we were just over at YouTube Camera's channel, and Sour Patch and Mika have found themselves back into some beef. And the beef is these non-black women are out here acting like they are black women's friends and things like that, but then they want to pass and then they want some protection from Lemon. First of all, y'all need to get into this because Sour Patch sat up there and went over there and became a managing mod over at Lemons, right? Over Lolo. Y'all know Lolo has been a friend and a rider of Lemons. Let me see. Who wants a moment? Okay. Let me go ahead and put it down here. Let me put Ika, we're gonna put Sour Snatch. Okay, Sour Snatch. We're gonna say Sour's Man, and then we're gonna say Medicaid. Okay, Medicaid Mika. Okay, that's who needs a moment. Okay, so Mika, let's just clear some things up right quick. Y'all have not been the topic of conversation. Y'all have not been on people's minds, right? Y'all are sitting up here upset. And I told y'all, Mika is upset because Lemon had given me credit on doing covering Izzy's story. Like, okay, so Izzy was presented to the audience through Mel, Resto, and that whole little crew when they went down to Las Vegas, right? Now, these dudes were trying to get Lemon to come along on that trip, right? So what I was saying was, Lemon, you have to be careful. You have to evaluate. You have to know who you're dealing with when it comes to this YouTube stuff, right? And had he went on that trip, he already had accusations of violating Shakim on that trip in Las Vegas. So I don't know what it is about Las Vegas or what portal it is that's going on down in Las Vegas, but it's got individuals doing some nefarious things, right? Let's get into this. Mika at one point in time was at odds with Resto, and because if you all listen to Resto, if you ever try to talk about Izzy, he says no, you can't go this deep because that's my comrade. You can't talk about her. He even got into it with Lemon about it, right? So she thought that she was doing something by doxing the woman and putting the story out and things like that. But little did she know she wasn't the first one that had brought Lemon the news. It was Angelica. So she keeps trying to take credit for something that she didn't do. First of all, Mika said that she wasn't a doxer. Are you a doxer or are you not a doxer? Are you going to be happy about it or are you not going to be happy about it? Like, let's make it make sense. And so that's why I created this video right here, this live broadcast, because we're about to talk and we're about to really get up into some things. It's going to be uncomfortable. It is going to be trigger warning. So I want to give everybody a heads up now. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. Death at a cost, exposing how content creators capitalize on subscribers' loss. Umbrella Media is buzzing with revelations. Join Queen Tulsa as she embarks on a stunning investigation journey into the aftermath of Sherika's passing. With greed on the rise, the ops gang appears poised to exploit this sensitive situation for their own gain. Can you believe what we've uncovered? In the shocking expose, learn how opportunists capitalize on tragedy and what it means for the community. Don't miss exclusive interviews, shocking statistics, and deep dives into social motivations. Hit that subscribe button and stay informed. Let's uncover the truth together. All right, so let's get into it. So when we talk about the Black tea sector and the Jaguar rights sector, Mika made a statement yesterday, earlier. Hey, Norris, Tony, how you doing? I won't be able to speak to you guys. Let me run my commentary, and then I'll get to you guys in a minute. So Mika just stated yesterday, Queen Tulsa can't go to the black tea sector. She can't go to the Jaguar right sector. I was just over in my sector just the other day. I just made commentary. This bitch is so stupid. If she looks at my live videos, she will see Evangelist Val. What part of the sector is Evangelist Val from? The black tea sector. If she see Evangelist Pam, if she see Timmy Tuckett, these are the ladies that are in my sector, in the black tea sector and Jaguar right sector. See, nobody's checking for her. Mika is upset because she has a reputation of lying, scamming, and being a doxer. She can't stand on all tens. Okay, she can't stand on all tens. Like Beans and Cornbread said, she always uses her health as a sympathy. Oh, I'm not feeling this good, or oh, my head is hurting. And before you know it, she's over there yelling, screaming, hollering, and her illness just goes out the window. She don't have no illness no more. She's not feeling ill no more, because you want to know why? Because it's a lie. And she has diabetes. She just can't help it. She can't help it. To sit up here and act like you were this young woman's friend, that is sick. Oh, we were friends. We, we made up this, that, and the third. No, no, you was nasty. This is the thing. Y'all don't give, y'all don't get the right to tell somebody when they can and cannot tell their story. If content creators are out here telling their story, why not let the husband come up and tell his? Is there a piece of information that y'all are trying to keep and hide away from the public? Like, what's the secrecy? Why do we have to keep this a secret? Why are we keeping things a secret? And then y'all took out all this time to go to the call the hospital and get these records and see when she was pronounced up out of this world. When did y'all become so concerned with black people's issues? Because Sour Patch, you just made the comment that black people need to just chill and eat chicken. Mm-hmm. You made the comment of black people just need to chill, or the content creators that were involved in this Sherika situation. You said that they needed to go and eat some chicken. That's what you said. And listen here, you acted like y'all were really out here for this woman. Y'all act like y'all was really out here for this woman. Yes, I can't stand when the outsiders be trying to act like they are for the culture. These are cultural vultures, just like Cardi B. Just like Cardi B. Y'all are culture vultures. Y'all think that y'all could call us the N word because y'all effing on our, as y'all would say, black kangs. Okay. And the ones that y'all are screwing on is the ones that we just passed up. They weren't our type. They wasn't it. They didn't make the cut. Clock that T. But you had, where was the anger and outrage when your husband was sitting on here calling black women bees, bitches? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. So, Chicagoland cremation options. You have Sherika Stewart. This is her who is on the screen. Lemon always states that his Discord, well, people in the Discord said that you'll become commentary. So that's why I put join Discord and become content, even in life and death. Now, I know I'm not the only person. Okay, Bull, thank you so much. Ending soon, they are still verbal tussling. Okay, thank you so much, YouTube cameras. Shout out to YouTube cameras. We're about to get a redirect from her. If you guys are not subscribed to her channel, please type in YT cameras. You will see her photo and subscribe. Now, listen here. This young woman up here is a woman that, was vulnerable. She was just like you and I. She was human. She may not have always made the best decisions. She was in a relationship with a guy, and some way, somehow, he found YouTube and he come on here and he made a post and he was letting the people know that supported her. Hey, my love, the woman of my life, you all's friend, your confidant, your colleague, your friend, in some instances, I didn't know who her friends were or who her associates were, but I did know that she was an avid, a frequent visitor over at Lemon's channel. So, me and her tussled back a few times, and it wasn't nothing personal, but it wasn't something that, oh my God, I couldn't forgive her if she wanted forgiveness. You get what I'm saying? So there were people out here that were on her neck that knew that that maybe that she wasn't supposed to be drinking, or she had a drinking issue that she had overcome, but nobody was out here preaching it. Nobody was out here doing any of it. Nobody started talking until there was no content, and they found out that she was gone. So let's get into this. Sherika Stewart, aka Nuck. Okay, Nuck if you buck, boy. And that's what she would do. She would nuck if you buck, if like it came down to it. Let's be honest, this girl is from Chicago. And I feel like, she lived life on her terms. She lived life according to how she wanted to do it. And that's the most wonderful thing about life is we all have choices. Listen, if we gonna go out with a bang. And maybe I'm not saying that was her mind frame, but we just got to think from different points of views. She was 34, and she of Chicago Heights. She passed away on September the 15th, 2025. Sherika was a devoted partner to Robert Turbo and a loving, proud mother to Kiki and Ian. She was the beloved daughter of Otha Stewart, Lonnie Green, and the late Deborah Green. Sherika's warmth, humor, and caring nature touched the lives of all who knew her. She treasured family gatherings, the laughter of her children, and the childhood bonds she shared with her aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. To those closest to her, she was a source of encouragement and strength, always giving more than she asked for in return. She will be remembered not only for the love she gave, but also for the light she brought into every room. Her perseverance will be missed, and her memory will continue to live on in the hearts of her family and friends. She will be forever loved. To order memorial trees or send flowers to the family in memory of Sherika Stewart, I'll go ahead and drop this in the chat. So if you guys feel it in your heart, and if you want to support the family, and if you just want to do a good deed, here's a link. We're not taking up cash jobs. We're not doing no donations or anything like that. This is if you have had a relationship with her and engaged with her at any given point in time, and you want to do something very nice and kind, I'll go ahead and post that right there. You all can look over the obituary. And like I said, if you feel it in your spirit and your heart that you want to do something very kind for her and her children and her family, they do have the options of you could you could plant a tree. You could I don't know if it's too late to like send flowers or something like that, but I would say your best option would be to just plant a tree in her memory, so that when the family and friends and they visit her plot, they'll have something nice to see, and to see that people loved her and wanted to honor her in the best of ways. Now, I do want to say this. When it comes to social media, I always say, baby, you got to put your mental health ahead of everything else. All that other stuff, it comes secondary. You cannot be out here sacrificing your sleep, you're depriving yourself of healthy a healthy lifestyle, because when you talk about Individuals that be over at Lemons panel, they do a whole live. That live be like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours long. And then when they leave there, majority of the times they migrate to Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, it's kind of like it's a space where multiple people can be in there. You could type, you could chat. There's a lounge. There's just people be messy in there. And listen, let me just say this: on all platforms, even on YouTube, when you come on, it gives you that disclaimer. Keep your private information to yourself. Don't go and protect your privacy is what it's saying. Now, people that went from YouTube to Discord got comfortable, let their hair down, and decided to have conversations and be a little bit more freely over there. But really, did they not know that they were being exposed? They were being exploited because it became content. So whatever had went on in Discord, if somebody brought it to YouTube, then you get Lemon. Oh, Lemon loves that. Listen here. He'll tell the story 5 or 10 times. He'll tell you, when you come over to Discord, I tell people that, you got to keep certain things of this, that, and the third, but it's all a scam. It's all a scam, and it's a business. And you can't hate the player, you got to hate the game. Can we blame a content creator that knows someone's health status or health issues, and they are encouraging or promoting or giving a space for individual to act reckless? I'll give you guys a moment to kind of answer that right quick. I am putting up a poll. Oh, I did put up a poll. If you guys see the poll, if you can, please take it. Okay. Yeah, please take it. All right. So you said, hello. Yes, a tree would be nice. Okay, so a tree would be nice. Here is if you guys click on that, I did pin the link. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you want to support her anyway, I don't know why these content creators didn't let you guys know that this was an option, that you could have a funeral home, plant her tree in your memory, like from the YouTube family. You can also write a little note on there. Hello, yes, a tree would be nice. Okay, lovely 1 2.0 is in the building. She's pretty, yes. Yeah, and you know what? This is like a grift, and this is a money grab. And you have to understand this. Um, us as Black people, we know how it is. If you have like a rich auntie or uncle or somebody that's leaving something behind, grandma and grandpa them, guess what? Everything is going to be cool until grandma them go to glory. Everybody's going to play it all cool, but it's going to be a fight. Who get this? Who get that? No, I want this picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important for you to write up a will, write up a trust, and be very, 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 very descriptive in what you want, because this is a thing. All our kids have to be on one accord. Okay. Nobody can make a sound decision by themselves. This is a group effort, team effort, and this is just how it's going to go. If you have kids, if you have property, if you have vehicles, if you have money, you life insurance money, make sure you really get into that and you be specific. Be very specific, because people go left. People really will show you their true colors when somebody leaves. You said nobody can make another drink, but promoting alcohol entices another. Yeah, I mean, that's just like, I'm a recovering addict, and I'm over here at somebody's panel, and they said, oh, well, it's time to smoke some crack. It's time to smoke some crack. It's going to seem like an alarm. It's going to seem like a reminder. It's going to seem like, oh, okay, well, they having fun. Let me go ahead and have fun. Some people aren't that strong. Some people mentally are not that strong. Hey, Boo, the Queen Tulsa show. Hey, Sam, how you doing? Right, wills are important. Absolutely. And so this is the thing. When you are a content creator, you have to be mindful that you're not only a content creator, you're kind of like, you're all things in one. You're an influencer, you are an advocate. And what really bothered me with Lemon was being that he had lost his brother, I thought that, he would at least handle this with care. But it goes back to show that this, once again, is a business. I've been said that CCs such as Pizarro and Lady Nika didn't promote buying flowers because she want all the money for her birthday. Yeah, yeah, and ZX is getting in on it. Listen here. You know who's grifters, you know who's about that greed. Um, I saw a little bit of Ness and ZX, their conversation. I think that was either earlier today or yesterday, but it's so interesting that she's hanging out with him. And she asked him, like, are you spiritual? Are you Christian? Whatever the case may be. They were talking about him being a Mason and things like that. I don't know. When it comes to some people and how they come at me and things like that, you don't have the luxury to come and enjoy my space. You don't get to come and enjoy my peace. You don't get to come in my sanctuary and be a part of it. And I think these people are, they trust too easy. They open up too easy. um I just think that do you guys think that I should do like one-on-one content creator class, one-on-one, the behaviors, networking, staying relevant? Because that situation when they took my channel was like in 2020, 2021. I end up getting another channel. I'm here like 4 or 5 years later, and I'm still thriving. I'm still relevant. I can still go into spaces. People may have kicked me off their panels in the beginning, but now I've got VIP treatment. So if you want to know how I do it or my method, um, yes, like I'm definitely into that. And speaking of, I do work with Couture Bay. She is definitely in the chat. If you guys want to get connected with our content creator class, I want you guys to really check out Couture Bay. She's definitely in here. Check her resume. She has put in a lot of work. She works with Tasha K. She has done some exclusive stories. She's broken plenty of stories. This is Couture Bay. We launched this class on this year, February 28th, 2025. The class is $200 per person. It's a digital content creation course. It will help you understand the how and why of using a variety of media platforms together and give you the skills to produce compelling content across the entire range of digital media. And guess what? We're still here. Queen Tulsa is still here, baby. And guess what? At the end of the day, I've been through some trials and tribulations, and God has pulled me through. And listen, here's a lot of people that want to, try to downplay the queen and things like that. But listen here, let me go ahead and reintroduce myself. Just give me 1 second. Let me reintroduce myself while we're here. Let's see. All right, we'll be right back. Up here laughing, calling me Cups. It's not. We're not gonna do it. Cups, I sent you a message. Cups, I sent you a message in my. I sent you a message in the DM. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing about talking about some what you need $25,000 for, sis. Me and you was behind the scenes trying to make things a reality. We were supposed to have been helping the community. We were supposed to have been building women up. You're not on that, and it stops here. 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 It stops here.
What he um so the rest of my storyline was Dennis, what he had going on and what he was trying to do and all of that. And oh, Portia Pooh, we love you. We're riding with you. Thank you. The Queen Tulsa show. Portia Pooh, we love you. Oh, I like Portia Pooh. My mom calls me Portia Pooh.
Here, guys, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Can we get a wave? Can we get a wave? He's coming. Oh, yes, he's coming. Oh. Right here. We want you over here. I think I'm going to move in. Hey, how are you? Can I get a hug? Thank you so much. Thank you. And we are live. Oh, hey, honey. Hi, Aunt Mary. Hey, how are you? Give me a hug. Can I have a hug, honey? Give me a hug. I love you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's a great cause. Can you tell the people something? Just a great message for the
Keep
younger.
fighting. We want a right to return. We want the land back. We want to be capitalized so that we can redevelop our community. That's it.
Thank you.
Get the land back. Do not stop here.
Absolutely.
Justice can't stop at the memorial. Memorialize the victimized by getting the land back and getting capitalized.
Absolutely. Thank you for that word. Let the people know where they can find you.
WCPT, I do morning drive on the largest progressive talk radio station in the country, and I'm syndicated. My name is Santita Jackson from 7 to 9 Eastern Time, 6 to 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and Keep Up Alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson, 7 to 9 Central Standard Time every Sunday.
Thank you so much. And thank you for coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We love you and we stand with you.
Come back. No, we're standing together. We
Yes.
want to get this land back.
Thank you. Thank
We've
you.
got Wilmington, North Carolina. We've got a lot of cities where this has happened.
Absolutely.
And we need to correct this injustice.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Little G Jenkins from the R&B group Silk. When I come to Tulsa, I hang out at the Queen Tulsa show.
She talking about?
I'm sorry, but I just had to toot my own horn because without a degree, God has blessed me to be in the space to be a journalist. This is what I love. Okay, so when you talk about prominent people, okay, listen here. This is how I brought my 2025 in. How you doing? Okay, so I'm very resourceful. I'm really out here. I feel like I'm underrated. I really feel like I'm just still it's not my time. It's not my time at all. Well, I feel like it's my time, but it's God's divine timing. You see what I'm saying? And I'm never cocky. I'm never any of that. I'm grateful for the opportunities that God had given me. And so being a content creator, I feel like I owe it to you guys to be honest, be open, be transparent when it comes to these type of topics. You know what I'm saying? When somebody passes along, it is not it is not okay for us to if we didn't get along with those people, we is please don't lie. Please don't lie. And trying to discredit me and want it it's enough out here for everybody. It's enough out here for everybody. And see, when Santita Jackson was talking to us, we were talking about reparations for our Black people. There was not only a Greenwood Black Wall Street here in Tulsa, but there were, thriving Black communities nationwide. They just, is if we look at the climate that we're in right now, they're trying to erase history. They're not trying, they're taking down statues, they're removing prayer. You know, God can't be replaced in my life. God just can't be replaced. And there's too many people out here that's acting like God, you know, with these experiences and things like that. Um, You know what? And I try not to step outside my box while I'm out here reading somebody, but I have to go there. And the reason why I had to go in on those ladies today is because y'all are two non-Black women acting like y'all are here for the cause. And listen here, we have sisters of all colors and races that are for the cause. Okay. They're for the cause. They're not here for an applause. It's a difference. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to be out here and saying that you for the community, we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to stop letting these infiltrators in our camps. And I blame some of our Black men, which is Lemon, you who signed in the guest book? Oh my God. So somebody signed in the guest book. Hold on, let me pull up this guest book, y'all. Hold on. Oh Jesus Christ, somebody done pull what they signing on the guest book. Let me bring up this guest book. Y'all give me 1 second. Oh Lord Jesus, please don't tell me that these people doing something nefarious. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me bring it up. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Okay, y'all want to read? I'm gonna pull it up so we all can read it. Here. Warn me now. Is it something like crazy up there? And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all's. I'll get to y'all comments in a minute. My deepest condolences to Sherika, her children, parents, partner, and her entire family. May you find peace and understanding during your time of grief. May you rest peacefully in the arms of the Most High. Today is the 21st. Oh, it's a lot coming in today. Okay, somebody just put some doves. Sending my prayers and my condolences. Here, I'll just read across. When our Creator says your work is done, it's over, rest in peace. Rest in peace, and I pray for blessings and peace to your family and friends, anyone who has graced by Sherika's presence and all that love, like, and care for her. Rest in peace. Rest in power. My condolences to the family and friends of the deceased. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Rest in peace, fly freely and thrive eternally in that one place, none that are. Okay, give me one second. Um, Sherika's friend and family, my deepest condolences. May she rest in peace. Rest in peace. Okay, I read that one. Thinking of you and your family, sending my deepest condolences to you during this incredibly difficult time. You're my prayers and thoughts. Dear Queen, I am so sorry you left this earth so early. May your rest in God's arms. Sherika, you made me. So it says, Sherika, may you rest in perpetual peace and power. I thank Almighty God for our opportunity to mend and strengthen our relationship. I'm glad we made up. I'll never forget you, sweet lady. Oh, Beans. So she went over and said she thank you for they got to make up. Girl, I can't believe you're gone. You had one hell of a voice. Miss you always and dearly. Rest in peace, beautiful. Simply unreal. RIP. Rest in peace, beautiful queen. May God protect your kids here on earth until y'all meet again. Watch over your babies and the rest of your loved ones. Rest well. Prayers with the family during this time. May you rest in peace. In Jesus' name, amen. RIP to a beautiful soul. You were loved. Stay strong. ZX. Rest peacefully, Sherika. May your spirit fly high. Our hearts are with your family, and we hope your children find comfort in beautiful memories you've left behind. We love, with love, Janie. Sherika, Chicago, I miss you. This is unreal. Fly high. Rest well. Lady Snow. With rest in heavenly peace with Jesus. Fly high, send in prayers to your children and family. Rest in power, my condolences to Sherika family. Sherika's light reached far beyond the screen, touching this YouTube family with a kind of warmth that cannot be measured. Though we may not have shared life's daily steps, her spirit walked with us, leaving an imprint that will not fade. In her passing, we feel both sorrow and gratitude, for sorrow reminds us how deeply she mattered, and gratitude reminds us that her presence was a gift. May her soul rise in peace and power, embraced by the ancestors, her legacy carried on like a song echoing through time. Rest well, Queen. You will be deeply missed. Oh, that was sweet, Octavius. I'm so sorry for all this happened to you. You were amazing, but the Lord has you now, safe in His arms. You brought light, laughter, realness. Your voice will be missed, but your impact won't be forgotten. R.I.P. Sherika, you will be truly missed to your children. Okay, did I miss something? Let me see. Um, and then I'll open up the floor to you guys because I want to know any content creators in here. What are your thoughts on this situation? Do y'all feel like, there's some type of responsibility that is being pushed? I mean, if you agree, if you don't, just let me know. RP Sharika, you would truly be missed. Prayers for your children, family, and friends. Sending my sincere condolences to your family. May you rest now respectfully, peacefully. May she rest well in the loving arms of God. My condolences to the whole, to who loved and now mourn her beautiful life. There is no death. My love, Sherika only sleeps. Okay. My deepest condolences. May Allah provide comfort to your family during this time. Malik, my condolences. Okay, she was a beautiful person, RIP. So she had 569 visits. So yeah, everybody kept it respectful. I would say do that because You know, the family. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, come here, because I got something to ask you. Okay. So let me ask you this. So when it comes to social media, right?
Yeah.
This beautiful young lady, she was on here. I guess she had a drinking problem. She had stopped drinking for 5 years.
Yeah.
Now, if she's hanging out in a space where they're drinking and they're saying, "Oh, well, that was the cause." Do you feel like the content creator should be held responsible? Do you feel like content creators should give like a disclaimer if they are going to be having drinks and maybe have sober people in the audience?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like people don't take it seriously because alcohol, people drink it like commonly, but like if somebody was on there like smoking weed or something, you want them to say something. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want a disclaimer, you want like you know what I mean? I don't know how
It's like that. It's like that commercial with the drink responsibly, like
Yeah.
kind of like run
you
an
got to
ad.
be responsible.
Yeah. So hey, so maybe do it. Hey guys, if you're coming in, everybody there going to be inebriated. You do it at your own risk. We're going to drink responsible. If you are not supposed to be drinking, please consult with your doctor, your therapist, your
Yeah.
counselor, or even put out an alcohol anonymous. If you're struggling with drinking, please call this number and exit now.
Yeah, because
Something.
even just being around stuff like that, I know that can trigger people who are in like AA and stuff.
In recovery.
Yeah, if you're in recovery, like even just being around it can trigger. That's why you're not like supposed to like be hanging around that because it can even if like you've been sober for like 10 years and you can still relapse. So it's important, like it's your responsibility to take care of your own, like to have self-control, but also other people need to be considerate of what everybody around them is going through.
So as a content creator, it is our job to be considerate of other things, even if it doesn't affect us. Like me personally.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that, but
if you're a content creator, you especially got to be aware because you're like broadcasting yourself to so many people and you have no idea who could be seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just in your own home, like obviously you don't have to like, if you having a party with like your friends,
mm-hmm.
that's one thing because you know those people, but you don't know who's like seeing what you're putting out there. You don't know who that could be reaching or who that could be triggering or like,
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be aware that like you're putting this out to like anybody.
Right. Wow. And that's why my baby is a leader. Because I have to, because I know you're the younger generation coming up. Social media, what it is now, we didn't have like all that. We had a Nokia phone. We couldn't do the fancy photos with the camera on your phone and stuff like that. We got that later. But I just feel like now with social media, it's an outlet for people to troll, to harass, bully, and also live in this fairy tale, this like fantasy land.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to that?
Like, I don't know. I feel like it's like a lot of the time it is like people talk about like kids being on social media and stuff, but a lot of the time it's older people like that who like didn't grow up with it, who end up getting on there and like going wild and stuff because they've like, it's the same as like if you have a kid and like they don't know anything about any kind of drugs or drinking or anything, they don't know the dangers of it, they don't know anything, and then they go to college. Like it's a statistic that like people who don't know anything about drinking, when they go to college, they're more likely to like go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. So like adults who like didn't grow up with the internet and stuff, they get on there now that they're grown and they just go crazy.
It's kind of like buying a kid a video game that they always wanted to experience. And they got on it, but now they can't get off.
Yeah.
And then even with that, I'd be a little nervous because you got the headset. And it's like people that you can talk to from around the world.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable with letting me know if somebody wanted the address and they wanted to meet?
Yeah, like that's the thing is like that's what I'm saying is like with adults, a lot of adults didn't like grow up with it.
Mm.
So like the people you see going crazy online are usually older people who didn't grow up with it, and now they're just finally unlocking like all this stuff. Whereas like the people I know at school and like me and stuff, we grew up around it.
Mm.
So like and in school they talked about like the dangers of the internet when we were like kids. So we've grown up our whole lives knowing that like, hey, it's dangerous, and like we know like how to like we're more like tech savvy, so like we know how to handle it, and we know like how to avoid bad stuff, and like we know that like, hey, this person asking stupid stuff, that's crazy. I don't want anything to do with that. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know if that really makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I think that you got to separate reality from social media because at the end of the day, you can get on here and live a fairy life story, but you got to return back to your life. That's even with anything that you do. Yeah, you're on the game, but then you still got other responsibilities, right? But I'm just saying, like, what would you say to somebody that's struggling with addiction? Do you think that it's safe for them to hang out in spaces, even on social media? Do you think that it could like influence because they could still be influenced to do it from social media because once again it's a content creator and also you got to throw an influencer.
Yeah, you're influencing people. It's even if you're not really there, it can still influence you.
Okay. El Blue says, as a social media content creator, there's no way in the world you can be accommodating to everyone in your audience. Any and everything you say or do is triggering to someone. But I'm saying, like, okay.
See, that's the thing. Like, I know, a lot of the time on like TikTok and stuff, there's always like controversy going on about people like, oh, you put a trigger warning for this, trigger warning for that, trigger warning for that, and like, yeah, you can't put a trigger warning for everything, but like, you think about it, like, it's way more common for somebody to be triggered by alcohol than it is if you like are like clapping loud or something, you know. Obviously, you're not going to put a trigger warning for something that like might affect 1 in 1,000, but like alcohol is something that is like so prevalent that like, you know, I feel like it's so prevalent that like people don't realize that it's that much of like a common like triggering thing.
Well, I mean, you've told me, you know, when you went to school, there were some teens, a teen that got suspended for being drunk.
Yeah.
But where does that come from, though? It's influence. I mean, when you talk about, because I know there's this thing called cut water, and TikTok talks about it. And so people on YouTube, oh, well, I'm gonna try to cut water. So it's like those trends and things. People like I think the time that we're in right now is our younger generation. They're big on trends. Could you agree?
Everybody's big on trends. I feel like it's like that's the thing. Is like everybody's like always like it's the younger generation, but you know, when you were the younger generation, they were saying the same thing about you. Trends have always been a thing, like skinny jeans and stuff. You know,
oh my
everything's
God,
been a trend. Like way back in the way back, there's probably trends that people were following that everybody's like, oh, all these kids are on this trend.
Yeah.
So there's always been trends. It's just now because social media is so widespread, it's way easier for something to trend.
I think I'm growing up because I'm like, you know, back in my day and the kids, I'm blaming it on. I need to reevaluate that and say all can be.
Anybody can
because that's a generational misinformation because growing up, you know, it's like some stuff I have to unteach myself. And it's like with the social media, with my kids now, because I have kids.
Yeah.
Y'all are teaching me, y'all are helping me. So it's like, Mom, no, it's not just kids. It's everybody.
It's everybody.
Because that's right. Because if you do something instead of moderation, you're abusing it at that point. And that's anything that we do.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna have to add you into my conversations more often. Okay, look, let's read this. So, how would you respond to this? El Blue says we have to take accountability for our own actions and stop blaming others, especially trying to put the blame on strangers.
Well, see, that's what I said. Is like you have to take accountability for yourself, but like you also have to be like you have to be aware of other people. Like you can't just say, "Oh, take accountability for yourself." If you
Oh, this is my oldest baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
like if you're smoking and you hand somebody a cigarette and then you're like, well, they smoked it, so it's their fault. You gave them the cigarette, though. You know, like, yeah, that person could have chosen not to do it, but you also could have chosen to be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't. You have to think about like how your actions can influence others. Even if you think that everybody should be responsible for themselves, that's not how the world is.
But it goes back to cause and effect.
Yeah.
Right?
Everything is caused by something. Like, not everything doesn't happen in a vacuum. Like, even if like that person is accountable for their actions, you have to be accountable for your own actions because your actions were influencing other people.
Yeah, and see, I used to go on here and I used to do, I would troll a little bit, but then I had to take that trolling back and be like, no, I I have a platform. I have a responsibility, and what I need to be doing with it is actually, as I'm building and growing, I need to be educating the people that watch. So instead, they know I can be funny,
Yeah.
but let me bring them in. Let's have a heart to heart. Let's talk about something that really matters.
Yeah.
And that's where I am now. So it's like with these experiences and kind of the things that's going on in the world, which me and you talked about earlier. I explained to you that racism is still
Yeah.
active and relevant.
Yeah.
And we have a interracial family, and you brought up before, you like going to the school that you go to because it helps you.
It's diverse.
It's diverse, and you get to see different kids and how they react. And, they might say, oh, well, shit, my mama, she pissed me off this morning. Well, you can kind of relate because, you have a black mom, certain
Like
things.
me and my friends have talked about that before. They think it's so funny because they're like, they'll say something and they'll be like, yeah, and they'll be like, I forgot that you get that.
Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead.
Like I was talking to my friends about braids and stuff the other day.
Mhm.
I never had braids.
Uh-huh.
Look at me. But like I see you doing your hair and stuff. Like I know all the stuff that goes into it.
Oh, time, the blow drying, the combing.
It's so much work.
Yes, we're talking about hair, child. Let me see. As who bought her that first drink after 5 years of alcohol free? So when we have a question like this, so Sherika, she passed. So that's who I was covering today. So she passed. She allegedly got back into alcohol, but like I said, she was at a platform where they drank. They not only spent like 8 or 9 hours on YouTube, they would leave there and then go to a Discord and stay there for how many ever hours. So that's why I say it's so important for you to ask God to send you your friends because you don't want to pick them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not really good we think we are, but it's some things that we might miss. But she was hanging out in this space, got the drinking again, but like you said, it's where you align yourself. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, like it's she could have chosen not to drink, but like still, I mean, you could say the same about literally anything. You could say the same. Well, they could have done something different. It comes down to like yeah, everybody in the world is not like going to be care about like what you're going through or try and like be aware of how they can help you, but like just because that's the reality doesn't mean that's a good thing. You should always try to be better than like what's going on. Yeah. Like just because like, well, nobody else is like gonna be putting a warning for like, or gonna be saying like, hey, take care of yourself, don't drink too much. Just because nobody else is doing that doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing it.
And guess what? Like, we're gonna start doing it now. And listen here, this is why it's so important for us as adults, us as parents. We don't know everything. We need to start listening to these kids, and y'all are into debate and things like that.
Yeah.
I really one day I want to have us all on the live and we could do a debate. Something fun, like just a random topic. El Blue says the world will not be accommodating to you. If you think so, you're in for a bumpy ride in life. All this internet talk that people do is what really happens in the real world.
Yeah, the world is not accommodating, but isn't that sad? Like, that's the point. It's like, yeah, it's not accommodating. And you look at that and you just go, well, too bad. You don't feel like you should be like, hey, that sucks, and we should try to make the world more accommodating. Like, yeah, it's not, but
is that okay?
You're just gonna accept that and just be like, well, that's the way it is, and I don't care to do anything to make it better. Like,
settling for...
You're just gonna settle for that? Yeah.
All right. So here's one. Ronnie says, I think y'all not looking at every possible angle. What if a person know they have a condition that will kill them and they want to spend their last days doing what makes them happy, like drinking and social media?
But that's not the situation. I mean, look, it's like that's a whole nother thing, though. It's like that's a whole nother thing. Like there's all stuff about like government assisted, like
Yeah.
that's a whole like bigger issue though.
Clock it.
Like if you know you're gonna die tomorrow, then go do whatever you want. But like that's like
But that's
whataboutisms.
What about that wasn't it? That's the shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
But what happened was no, this individual surrounded themselves, came over here and shared her story. And my thing is protection. Do you really get protection from somebody that's inebriated? Is somebody inebriated gonna be searching around? Hey, who's got a drinking problem in here?
Yeah.
So
and like maybe the point isn't that like, well, everybody involved could have done something different like in the past. Maybe the point is to look at this and be like, I should do something different in my future. Like we can't change what happened in the past, but you can look at this and be like, hey, maybe I should be aware later on if I'm going out here doing all this. I should think about the people around me.
Right. Okay. So someone says she had a liver transplant. Therefore, she was very well aware of dangers of drinking alcohol. I don't blame anyone for her drinking because she knew what the repercussions were. Well, that's just like, I know I have to take
the whole thing of an addiction is that it's not like it's an illness. Like, you know, you can get it under control, but like it's an illness. Something can always go wrong. And like, yeah, she shouldn't have been drinking, but like like I said, nothing happens in a vacuum. She didn't just decide spontaneously to start drinking just like on a whim alone. No outside influence.
Right. I agree, but that's just like if the doctor tells me I've got to take my happy pill every day to keep myself in order. If I go outside of that regimen, what you think is going to happen?
Something bad going to happen.
Something bad is going to happen.
Think about it like that. Like, you got to take your pill every day to feel good about yourself. And, like, if you're not doing it and something bad happens, like, would that be, like, yeah, he didn't, like, make you not take it, but, like, daddy could have been like, hey, don't forget to take your pill, you know? It's like the same thing. It's like, yeah, he didn't do it, but he could still be accountable for like, hey, I could have done something different so that this didn't happen. And you know what? It was still your fault, but like other people around you could have done something to make it not happen in the first place. Does that make sense?
Because it's still
nothing happens in a vacuum. It didn't happen just on its nothing happens just on its own without any outside influence. Everything happens because of something else. Nothing just spontaneously happens with zero like influence and repercussions.
Because I was going to say, it was a time, you know, your dad might recognize, hey, honey, well, did you take your pill?
Yeah.
You know what, honey, I did not. Let me go ahead and do it now.
Yeah.
Because I be having so much on my mind. And I think that people forget that we're humans and life still goes on. And that reminds me this week, I got some things to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, but you see what I'm saying? Like, different stuff comes up. Let's see. Looked like they was better friends to her than the boyfriend. She was choosing to kick it in that Discord, probably to escape reality. So you know
that's
about this.
That's also the point. Is like nothing happens in a vacuum. What led her to be there in the first place? If she was like struggling, like that's the whole point. Is like addiction is like it gives you relief from a struggle you're facing.
How did this become her safe space?
Yeah. Why did she go back to that? Because like I said, nothing happens in a vacuum. There could have been so many things that led to that point.
True. Could have been issues with her and her husband.
Yeah.
You know, boyfriend or El Blue, her body could have naturally rejected that liver, and the doctor informed her time was ticking, so she was finding her peace here on earth. I don't judge her for drinking.
Yeah. Like that's the thing is like that's also like a thing. Is like the point isn't like to judge the person who passed.
Mhm.
Like she's passed, we can't fix that. There's nothing we can do now. But like I said, the point is to like look at this situation and think about the people around you, and think about what you can do better in a situation in your life in the future. We don't look at like history to think, oh, what could we have done to prevent World War II? No, we look at like history to learn from it, to be like, hey, we saw what caused this. There's these things that could have caused this, and now in our future we can go forward and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Mhm. Oh, Ronnie Q made a point. She said attention seeking.
That's true.
I mean,
But also attention seeking. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Why is somebody seeking attention? What's going on to lead them to feel like they need that attention? Even
True.
if it's something like they got like some kind of mental issue that makes them feel like they need it. Like everything happens for a reason, you know?
Oh, someone says only thing he could have possibly done was not let her on his platform. He had no way of personally stopping her from drinking.
Well,
But
that's
see,
exactly what he could have done, is not let her on his platform.
yeah,
Maybe he couldn't have, he couldn't go in there and take the bottle out of her hand, but he could have like been like, hey, this is not a safe place for her to be. I'm not going to, I'm not going to contribute to this.
yeah.
He didn't cause it, but he contributed to
It. Oh my goodness, that's just you. You hit that right there because
he didn't paint the picture, but he was a piece of the puzzle.
oh,
Like
you didn't paint the picture, Bobby, but you were a piece of the puzzle. And I feel like there were a lot of pieces of the puzzle.
yeah, like
enabling, right?
There's all kinds of things that could have led to what happened, but like it's important to consider how you can prevent something. Like maybe he
Pay more
couldn't,
attention.
he couldn't have stopped it.
Mhm.
I'm sure there were other factors that led to her drinking, but like you can be aware and be like, hey, I don't want to contribute to this. It's the same as like you see somebody who's drunk and they're trying to get their keys. You might not be able to prevent them from getting into a vehicle, but you can like be like, hey, bartender, don't serve them anymore. Look at what's going on. That's why like a bartender will stop serving you after a certain point. They can't stop you from going somewhere else and drinking, but they can stop from contributing to it. It's up to you to like be aware of how you're affecting the world.
Like cut off. Yeah. Well, I've had some experiences where I've been in spaces and they did have to cut somebody out because it's like, okay, you're chasing a high. You're already there.
Yeah.
You're drunk. How much more drunk do you want to get?
Yeah, it's not your job to be responsible for everybody around you, but it's your job to be responsible for yourself and what you're contributing to things.
Yes. Okay, so El Blue, I'm dumbfounded was stated like it's factual. No, we're just over here dissecting. We're just giving our, we're just having a conversation about kind of what happened, what could have been prevented. Speculating. Yeah, but everyone has their opinion. I respect that. Yeah, we're just over here speculating. Nothing is fact. It's only opinions. Misery loves company, though. Does anybody want to hit the link and come up? You guys are more than welcome to come up, hit the link. And then you want to give your closing argument, hon?
Just like I want to repeat what I've said is that like the point is to learn from it and think about like, hey, this happened to somebody, and I see like similarities in the situation I'm in, and you can stop something like this from happening before it happens if you're just aware of yourself and those around you. Like you just have to like think about how you're contributing to the world. Do you want to have somebody to be having this conversation right now about you? Do you want to be a part of a conversation like this in the future where people are saying like, oh, he did this and this, she did this and this? So like it's important to just think about what you're contributing to the world. Think about how you're leaving your mark.
Think about how you're leaving your mark. I love my babies, y'all. And I'm so glad I had this conversation because I wasn't trying to do what I just did on YouTube cameras over here on this topic because I forgot that I had this live scheduled up next. I wanted to just kind of expound on the fact of how content creators are, oh, I'm here for this and I'm here for that, but really is exploitation. And like my baby said, we have to figure out how we can, furthermore, he's an alcoholic himself. Absolutely. How we can prevent things, give warnings, child baby. Okay, you said Yanni Q says, sure is, and you can be held liable if you keep serving someone and they go out and unalive someone drinking and drunk driving. Yep, sure can. Because they'll ask them, like, where did you just come from? Or uh Ronnie says, Cola, all he knows is what he's been told to them. Online, we can be whatever and whoever we want to be. She could have already been a functional alcoholic before even meeting Lemon. Yeah. I told us a replay for me. Hi, Fedora. Farida. I'm sorry. Yes, that was my oldest baby. Like I said, child, this was a lot. And I just want to keep it on a positive note. We've been here for an hour. I like to keep the lives to an hour so you guys can just come in, get down to the nitty gritty. I didn't play any songs today, but I want to thank you all for giving me your time and hearing me out. Thank you to everybody. A shout out to Ronnie. Uh, who was that? Cola. I know I saw Jay Dunn in here earlier. I saw YouTube cameras here. L Blue, Ava, Dion says whatever. Shout out to you. Let's see. Please, Barbara no, Warren. Please, Real Mama Fifi, Global Empire Inn. You guys make sure you go and check her out. Betty Blue. We had a tour bay up in here. Uh, they've created ISIS and they blew up the majority of the statues, some in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know what? They've been doing it's a lot going on, y'all. Y'all need to stop signing that damn guest book. Oh, JDL wants y'all to stop doing it. Max Boogie came through. YouTube cameras, global, couture bay. Uh why you say that they should stop signing the book? You says he did a great job. If I was for can't stop, won't stop, and Pretty Woman Quay. Now they capitalized off of Quay's death. Him and Sammy. So we had Sam come through. We had Lovely One 2.0 come through. Am I missing anybody? We had Norris Tony. I would just want to thank you all so much for letting me, kind of reintroduce myself, let y'all know what I'm about. I want to have more positive conversations like this. Yeah, I have my moments. I'll have my moments when I drag and stuff. But today I was just like, no, just enough is enough. Enough is enough. And people, there's no need for you to be jealous of somebody. Mika, there are plenty of journalists out here. Okay. We all can do the same thing. It's just we all have our unique touch. Okay. So I don't know. Stop drinking that hateration. And to my royal family, I want to thank you so much, so much for coming through. Farida? Yes, you said my name right. Thank you. All right. Have a great day on purpose, and I'll catch you on the next broadcast. So long.